Hey everyone, KIC here, doing a quick little update because I was just getting ready to save when the plane flew by, and look at that, 2 packages on their way down. So I'm going to go grab those, and then I will give you an update on what I've been doing. And yes, I am carrying a sledgehammer. Unfortunately, it kind of gets in the way a little bit, so it's kind of obnoxious. But it sure does a ton of damage. Look at that. There's actually 3. I see 1, 2, 1 way over there. I'm going to worry about these 2 first. Let's go to this one. It's a little further away. And then I'll swing back and grab the one right there, because I know where that's going to be. It's going to be right outside of my building. And I've already lost track of this one. How about that? Should be somewhere along this line here. And I have no idea if I'm going to be able to find that third one. I might have to actually go back and watch the video to see where it went. Which, if it comes to that, I will not do. I would rather find it legitimately or not at all. And I'm thinking that supply crate should be around here. It's funny because I was just getting ready, as I said, to save the game, get everything all packaged up nice and neat, and I wanted to do one more supply run before I show you what I've been up to. And now I'm having trouble finding that crate. Haven't really done a lot is the kind of sad part. There it is. It just takes a while to do everything. I basically burned all the stone down that I collected in the last video. What do we have? More cobblestone, definitely take that. Some rebar. Again, more painkillers, bandages, and antibiotics. I like it. As I was saying, I burned down the stone I collected, so I made a bunch of cement, more than I could actually use. Turns out I should have grabbed another 70 or 80 cinder blocks to have enough gravel to create that much concrete. But that's not a big deal. I don't necessarily need all that much right now. That will definitely be enough to kind of get me started. Still not entirely sure what that plan will consist of, but 124 blocks of concrete. It's pretty sturdy stuff, so I'm not all that concerned with zombies breaking through something right away. Plus, I'll take a little more time and actually create some sort of defenses, be it moats with spikes or, you know, just kind of different things like that. There's quite a few different options available. Okay, there's the crate over there, so let's see what's in this one. And like I said, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find the other. And I would hit this guy, but I would just end up hitting the grass, so he can go ahead and crawl another day. Looks like a lot of food and more rebar, and 2 of the land claim blocks. Since I'm playing in single player, they mean nothing. Now, I think that other crate went somewhere way over here. Dare I go after it? You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. That's just too far away for me to even consider it at this point. So instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to go drop this stuff off at my base of operations, and then we're going to go take a trip down the 73, or up the 73. There's something there that I would like to go pay a visit to, and that will kind of be my last supply run before I'm ready to start building, whatever that happens to be. And you're going to notice that I probably won't actually have space to put all this stuff down. Those take up 5 each. Those can stack. Are you the beef rations? Maybe you're the beef rations. Which one are you? You're the beef rations. So you can stack. This stuff can go over here. I should be sneaking right now just so I don't draw any extra attention. Those can actually go in there. That is good because then I can put those in there. And aside from having some more chicken rations, Here, let me put those in there, take chicken rations, and let's go ahead and get going. I also made a bunch more crossbow bolts. Crossbow bolts, easy for me to say. Just because I thought I might need a little extra ammunition. And as you can see, I'm carrying around a hunting rifle that I just repaired to full status. And also put some bullets together for it. I basically made a bunch of bullet tips, made some bullet casings, combined some coal and potassium nitrate powder to get gunpowder, and then whip all those things together, and you have 7.62 ammo, which is what the hunting rifle fires. So, taking a little higher grade weaponry with me this time, and I'm going to go ahead and cut across the river here, and I'm not sure exactly where I'm going, other than I know I want to go north. And I'm going to go ahead and take some food down while I'm running through here. I only brought 2 teas with me, but I do have a couple of waters, so I'm not too worried. I did have some run-ins while I was doing some crafting. I had a zombie horde come through that little part of the world, and they actually stopped and were beating on the building next door, which I could have let him go. I don't know, I didn't. So I ended up taking them down, which really wasn't that exciting. You kind of saw that a couple of videos ago. And some of them ran off, some of them didn't. I really wasn't concerned about killing every single last one of them. But I did take a little damage in that fight. Not much, but I should also show you here. Let me get away from the spider zombie. That I have been, in addition to all the other crafting, I have been busy getting a full set of leather. So I already had the jacket. I had a skull cap on earlier, so I've replaced that with all leather items. The leather hat compared to the skull cap is quite a bit better. It offers about twice the protection, so that was a good upgrade. Okay, I'm going to hit this road pretty shortly here. And then I'm just going to follow it north and see what's on the road. I know there's some stuff out here. I definitely would like to visit one of them. And I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure. I need to get a little closer. The reason for that, if it's the one I think it is, I'm looking for higher grade weaponry. Not that I necessarily need it. I'm actually pretty good right now. Maybe that's it. Well, let's get a little closer and find out. I'm actually not too bad off right now, all things considered. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. But I wouldn't mind. There we go. Gotta watch out for that guy. He has pretty good range. Yep, I am in the right place. Because that would be an infected police officer. Kind of like a cross between a spitter and a... I don't remember what those guys are in Left 4 Dead. Spitter and... whatever the big guys are. I'm drawing a blank right now. Sorry about that. Oh, I kind of missed. Oh, really? Alright, well, he's close enough. I don't need to worry about it. Just call me Gallagher. It does take a little getting used to the timing on this, but it is really nice to be able to just one-shot guys. This thing does 70 damage when it's at full health, the full quality, so it definitely will take guys down in a hurry. And it only costs 3 ingots to put it together. Not a bad investment if you ask me. Okay, we got a lot of stuff going on in here. Oh, I barely caught you sneaking up on me. So I'm going to try and locate everyone and get them to stop. I am not really inclined to go digging through there just yet. Okay. I need to... Oops. Get rid of that guy. Go ahead and take that. wall safe. There's some good stuff in there. I'm pretty sure I already have that pistol book. I don't think that's going to be any sort of extra for me. Ooh. Yeah, I really need to get used to that timing. That's just a little bit different. Okay, what do we have going on in here? I might grab that just to have some sort of decoration later on. Get another wall safe. And some more guns that I can more or less just, you know what, here, let me take it now. That I might just want to break down because I'm not really sure what else to do with them. Okay, I'm not overly familiar with this building, so I'm not sure where the staircase will be, but I presume there will be one to get upstairs. But might as well stop and loot bathrooms while I'm at it, because they often have good stuff in them. There's the staircase. Let's see what's going on up here. I definitely hear a lot of noise. Oh, look at that. They're trying to break out. Well, if you're going to insist, I could just bust out my axe here and help that along. That's kind of handy because I do see a gun safe right behind there. Pop you in the face. Oops, I missed. And pop you in the face. Kind of makes me think of the timing on the Shiv, actually. It's kind of a cross between the Shiv and the... okay, regular stuff in here. And the... Ooh, this is what I've been looking for. Sniper rifle. Now we are in business. I was going to say, the sledgehammer feels like a cross between the Shiv and the spiked club in terms of its timing to me. And I might have that off. I'm not 100% sure, but that's about what it feels like right now. And that must have been a book I read some time ago, because otherwise I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have received a new recipe for it. Oh, look at that. This guy's trying to get out. He could just open the door. Dummy. Lots of oil on him. Boxes, boxes, boxes. More munition box. Well, that was disappointing. Only some 10mm rounds in there, and I don't even have anything that can shoot 10mm rounds. Might have to remember this place later on when I need some furniture. And wow, a lot more decorations too. The paintings and that sort of thing. Where is all of this going on? There's still a couple guys in here. There we go. Good evening, sir. This must be the shooting range. Okay. I'll take your scrap iron. More regular stuff. Certainly nothing bad. But like I said, I'll probably end up... You know what, I'm not even going to take those right now. I'm probably going to end up breaking a lot of these weapons down just because they're really not going to do me any good right now. It sounds like there's someone up here, but I'm pretty sure I would have seen them. So I'm going to head back downstairs. And while I'm looking at things, let's go ahead and eat some more food. Let's do one more of those. And now I'm really low on water, so let's do a tea and back in business. And where are these guys? Like I said, I'm not really concerned about getting in there right now. We'll go ahead and check in here. I don't have any empty bottles right now. I will take water. Ooh, that's 4 bottles between there. You can also search the cabinet in the back corner there if you didn't know that. Ooh, that's a lot of empty bottles. I'm going to go ahead and have to take them. I don't know where I'll use them, but I could always use them on if I need to make bandages, so aloe, or, you know, just fill them up with water and there you go. Wow, that's a lot of empty bottles. I'm not going to grab the coffee. What are you? Large beef ration. Those are pretty good. I'll go ahead and take that. Oh, more cabinets. Are you kidding me? Actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and take the soup down right now. Can do that. And I'm not going to pick that other one up. I'm just trying to free some inventory spots here. And I'm actually going to need to run back, probably create yet another storage box. And maybe I'll just go to, if I can figure out where I want to go, maybe I'll do that. And I can create a storage box there. If you hear a little sniffing around, that's because I have a cat sniffing into the microphone. I think these guys are on the rooftop somewhere, or they're otherwise outside. There's one. Help if I get a weapon out. Donk. Okay. Problem is, I'm not even sure where I want to go. There's another one. Get rid of you. I didn't even check to see if the other one had anything useful. I'm just going to assume that she did not. Okay, check the cars real quick. I will always take the painkillers. Those are good. And I don't have... Oh, yeah, I do have room to take that stuff. Look at that. Another air filter. Wow, that was a pretty good run. Only got a sniper rifle, so didn't exactly get a ton of new equipment, but that being said, not bad at all. Thinking I might head down here. So how about I'm going to head a little bit southeast. I'm going to see if I can find a suitable place to drop down my gear. Wow. I just repaired all those things, so I don't really need one of those. And I'll see if I can maybe hide it in the ground somewhere. Maybe put some torches around it or something along those lines. Ooh, I do like those. Okay, how about we do this? I can always use scrap iron. So, combine that into that, and... Come on. Take that. Perfect. Okay. But like I said, I'm going to try and find where I want to hang out. Something like this would be cool. Any of these buildings would be pretty neat, but the problem with these is the same problem that you see with where I'm at right now. It's just pretty much impossible. At least for right now. At some point maybe I could do it, or if I had enough time and inclination I could do it, but I just can't really be bothered right now. Too much trouble trying to defend a place that massive. Never mind collect all the resources one needs to continue to do that as well, or to even set everything up. Never mind continue doing it, but that as well. Okay, just refilling that so I can run a little bit more. Okay. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure where I want to build at. Thinking over here just because this is pretty close to water. It's not that far away. Well, I guess it is a bit of a run. Maybe in this area a little bit. Maybe something like that would be a little bit better. It's kind of a little east of Spillway Lake. A little smaller lake there, maybe an inlet. Just thinking I'd like to be close to... Well, let's see, that would be snow. I would like to be close to somewhere where I could continue to get stone and that sort of thing, but, you know, it's really not that big of a deal, and I think this will be a kind of nice area. It'll be near quite a few different things, and if I'm remembering right, I think I ran by some farms over here in Coronado, so I can even raid those a little bit just to kind of get some early stocks so I can get some seeds and start my own farm whenever I find myself in a position to do that. Somewhere out here there's still that crate that fell earlier, and I'm just not going to worry about it right now. I actually have enough rebar and enough cobblestone that I could probably use that to build on the lower levels and use the concrete for higher level stuff, or maybe even just if I'm going to do something pseudo underground, then I can put the concrete underground just to further fortify everything. For now I'm going to, I think, do a little digging because I need to put a bunch of this junk down and start kind of building out where I'm going to go and then move all of my gear, of which I have a lot. So I'm kind of thinking somewhere around here, a little further southeast. Maybe on the other side of the road from that, whatever that building is. That might be a campsite. Let's go take a closer look. Don't really need the spam. Anything in there? Oh, I will always take water. Oh, you were closer than I thought. I will not continue to look at the other stuff. So, right up here, thinking maybe directly south of that campsite. Not sure if that's a good idea, but I would be way on the other side of the road over here. Kind of want somewhere where I can see a little bit, but since I'm in a forest area, well, maybe that's not going to be the best plan. Not necessarily looking for a super tall hill or anything like that either, mind you. Just somewhere where I can kind of see what's going on. This actually isn't that bad. I can kind of see on both sides from here. So I might just start digging somewhere around here. Kind of clear some trees out just to make... Well, I don't know what this is gonna look like just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here, and I might do a little digging as I try and figure out what my plan is. So I'll catch you guys a little bit later and see what's going on then. Take it easy.